Hello everybody, my name is Ashley Malavenda. My major applied research project is on the application Nearpod and what implications it has for use in the classroom. So the classroom along with digital technology. So the application Nearpod is a cross-platform application that allows the teacher or user to create interactive lessons to allow their students to participate in various ways and to allow different modalities of learning to occur at the same time. So what kind of applications or what kind of platforms could you use with Nearpod? So Nearpod could be used across iOS devices, it could be used with Windows devices, and it could also be used with Android devices. So for example, right here, let me show you. I could have Nearpod accessible to me on my phone. This is one thing. I could either just go straight onto the website or I could download the free app and access it through there. The other thing I want to show you is that I can access Nearpod also on a tablet. So this is also a different iOS device, but I can access it on there. And if we have PCs or computers, we could also access it on there. So as you can see, I have my Windows computer right here. Same application, but we're using various platforms to run it all. And what you could do, this could, a teacher could create an instantaneous live lesson or session that all students could participate in, regardless of different pieces of technology you may have. So let's go ahead and take a closer look onto everything that makes up Nearpod and why this could be applicable to many classrooms across the country. So let me end off with some positives of Nearpod. So Nearpod is free to sign up with. You could pay for a premium account, or there's also district licenses available for purchase. These include a little bit more storage, and that way you don't run out of room when you're storing your lessons. This application also includes interactive slides in which students can draw, take notes, or use the Collaborate tool on the live sessions, which allows for interactive brainstorms in real time. You could also download and customize lessons that are already made by others, or you could create your own. This application is controlled by the teacher with a whole group instruction, or if you have the premium or district license feature, you could do student-paced or small groups. So you could sign them up with the lesson and give them the code, and they could go do it as one of their workstations for maybe like their small group instructions. Nearpod also allows you to gather and share models of various representations of student thinking, which is very important when considering MI learners, or multiple intelligent learners. They need an outlet for different activities or ways to express what they're thinking, either by drawing, writing, or explaining maybe with a video or a song. And also this is, it integrates with many school management systems such as Google Classrooms, and it provides very formative and summative assessments with a report at the end as your summative assessment, and a formative as instantaneous yes or no questions such as your polls. You could get instant answers and maybe stop and reflect on thinking. But also this program is engaging for all students. The next piece of this is the potential setbacks of Nearpod. So yes, the potential setbacks include limited storage, running out of space when you're saving or creating lessons. Nearpod presentations cannot be downloaded or saved in other formats. So for example, if you like the lesson that somebody else created and you wanted to download it for yourself, like save it on your computer, you can't. You can only save it in your library and then manipulate it from there. Another thing to consider is asking for student approval before sharing their responses. Some students don't like to be called out or shared that way. Just make sure to ask for permissions. And last thing is, a potential setback includes not having reliable internet or devices to be able to access Nearpod or enjoy it to its full potential. In a research article by Dela Cruz, Students who were using Nearpod found this type of app to be beneficial to their small reading groups that they use them in, and it was motivating, and they enjoyed learning the content that was presented through the application. Students also explained in this article how they could transfer knowledge that they gained during using the application to their own independent work later. The teacher also discussed how to improve how Nearpod helped them improve their organization with their guided reading groups. But they also had a cautionary tale of that you needed a lot of consideration and planning to ensure that the technology would work ahead of time or work properly during their guided reading group. So just remember that you have everything set up beforehand. It's also recommended that the Nearpod application be used in these guided reading lessons because of its user-friendliness and the ability to engage students while also being able to monitor their progress. So these were some positives found in this article. In the McLean and Crow article, they wanted to make aware that engagement in large classes, such as, for example, college lectures instead of De La Cruz's small elementary school setting, they could solve the problem of maybe, for example, like how do you engage big classrooms such as lecture halls? And one of the solutions was to bring their own device, since everybody carries one with them anyways, and using the Nearpod app with a phone, a tablet, or a laptop that could help facilitate more interactive learning experiences during these courses. For example, the lecturer may choose to share a poll or responses, or maybe examples of submission from what they got back from students, or pose open-ended questions. Maybe, for example, they're not getting the lesson, so a professor could decide to add an activity or add a poll that might engage their learning a little bit more. But they also were able to gather instant feedback on what the students were learning. Another thing was that students commented in this article or researched that they favored the interactivity and engagement that they were afforded by Nearpod, something they didn't have to pay extra for and was easily accessible. And lastly, Nearpod and similar products represent a new class of future-rich audience response systems that have the potential to transform small to even large classes, which is exactly what we want to see. We want to make sure that this technology is applicable to both small and large, and there's very few drawbacks to it. We don't want something that causes more headaches than solutions. Okay, and so thank you guys all for watching my presentation on Nearpod. I know it was kind of long, but I hope you guys learned, a little bit about this, and I hope you guys give it a try and can see the potential behind, learning in the classroom and combining technology. It doesn't have to be, one thing or another. There's ways to integrate both and that students are able to enjoy it. So please give it a try at nearpod.com, and hopefully you guys learned something from this lesson. Thank you guys for watching.